All right, Chairman.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The Board of Adjustment is now in session. My name is Anthony Robinson, and I will be chairing today's meeting. Attending today's virtual meeting are board members George Hitt, Joe Klitzing, Deneen Vaughn, and Jim Dallas. Also in attendance for the city is Mary Hart Burton, Zoning Administrator for the city, Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the city, who will represent the city in the cases we are hearing today, and Drea Gutierrez, lead zoning specialist. Um, our court reporter for the day is Devin Richmond, and our attorney is Archer Mellon. Today we will be hearing four cases. First, we will hear from the city's representative who will explain why the permit could not be issued. Next, we will hear from the petitioner or their representative. Uh, Please be prepared to explain your hardship and answer any inquiries from the board members. Then we will hear from those in favor of the appeal and then from those opposed. Please be concise as testimony will be limited to 3 minutes per person. When you come online via video or telephone, please wait to be sworn in by the court reporter, then please state your name and mailing address. To ensure proper records for a court reporter, we ask that those online or by telephone to please remain on mute. Following testimony on all of today's cases, the board will go into its deliberative portion of the hearing, at which time we will vote on all cases heard. The board will notify each applicant or their representative of its decision by mail in about 2 weeks. You're welcome to remain during our deliberations. However, we will not hear additional testimony at that time. You may also call the lead zoning specialist, Drea, tomorrow at 314-622-3666 to learn the outcome of your appeal. Again, that number is 314-622-3666. Drea, will you please read appeal number 20611?
Appeal number 20611, 6621 South Broadway.
Oh, Sasha, I'll go first. All right.
Good.
All right. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
All right. Good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to operate a used auto sales business, no repairs and no auto detailing at 6621 South Broadway. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Majestic Motors, LLC, doing business as Majestic Motors, concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit, authorizing the petitioner to operate an automobile sales used, no repair at 6621 South Broadway in city block number 2979.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is F, Neighborhood Commercial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and to protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas. It's also to regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010, uses prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. And then section 26.40.020S, use regulations and conditional use summary. Use regulations and conditional uses of the F Neighborhood Commercial District do not allow the appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the applicant is applying to operate a used auto sales business here. It's located in the F Neighborhood Commercial District, and auto sales businesses are not a permitted use in the zoning district. Therefore, a use variance would be required prior to approval. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency says that there's no adopted neighborhood plans covering this location. However, the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan, which is a component of the city's comprehensive plan, calls this a medium intensity corridor. And these are areas that are pedestrian focused and designed to accommodate people arriving via foot, bus, or bicycle. These areas discourage automobile related commercial activities, as well as commercial activities that utilize a drive-through window. The granting of variance would not be in keeping with this designation's intent of creating pedestrian-oriented environment that discourages automobile-related activities. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20611 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Markovic.
Hello.
Yes, let's get you sworn in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear, yes.
Great, we may begin.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
My name is Sasha Markovic. Mailing address it's 1459 Fox Ridge Court, Arnold, Missouri 63010.
Okay, go ahead with your testimony.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Sasha, like I stated previously, and thank you for the opportunity to listen to me today. We are appealing on denial of application to operate used automobile on the 6621 South Broadway. When you say consistency with neighborhood, there is already car dealership operating right next door to me. Allowing ours simply bring a consistency in this area. Also, in the mile and a half radius, it's another 4 or 5 used small car dealership in this area. The lot is currently underutilized. We plan to invest, clean up, make professional, active business. This will reduce blinds and improve appearance of stability of the neighborhood. Our dealership, we expect and we hope in the best, we're going to bring a sales tax, property tax, and maybe a couple provide the jobs. And giving the location along Broadway and the dealership next door, automobile sales lease for our side look like natural, appropriate use of this property with full of commercial ship around, no park around, nothing what we see to obstruct neighborhood and stuff like that. For all this reason, we respectfully ask the board to think or approve our appeal to allow us to move forward. I really don't know what else to say, and thank you again for the opportunity to speak in front of you all today.
Any board members have any questions? You are muted, Joe.
What would be your hours of operation?
Ours should be from 9 to 5.
How many days a week?
6 days.
Monday through Saturday?
Yes, Monday through Saturday.
Okay. Do you have, would you have access to a commercial trash dumpster?
Yes, definitely I will be available to have a commercial access.
How many cars do you plan on having on the site?
Approximately when we do plan, we look on to not have overcrowded around 20 cars.
Evan, we have standard conditions, correct?
We do.
Would you read them and have the appellant comment if he needs to?
Yeah. So these are standard conditions the board can consider adding to a variance that they may issue. Standard condition number 1 states that the entire parking vehicle display area on the exterior of the premises shall be paved and striped. Parking areas shall be striped so as to substantially conform to the width and depth layout standards for parking spaces as provided for in section 26.16.080D of the zoning code. Condition number 2 is parking lot layout shall be submitted to and approved by the zoning administrator before building or occupancy permit is issued. Condition number 3, vehicles parked on the lot shall be in approved parking spaces. All spaces shall be equipped with approved bollards or wheel stops so as to prohibit vehicles encroaching on public right-of-way or private property. Number 4 states that parking lot layout spaces shall be labeled vehicles for sale, vehicles for customer parking, vehicles for employee parking, and any other uses. If multiple businesses are on this property, spaces shall be labeled for each business separately. Number 5 states that vehicles owned by the petitioner are prohibited from being parked or sold on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Number 6, vehicle access egress from the lot shall only be permitted utilizing established curb cuts and driveways on premises. No access egress of vehicles shall be permitted across sidewalks or curbs. Number 7, the stringing of lights, flags, or streamers on the premises is prohibited. Number 8, any parking area lighting to be installed shall be installed on metal or masonry poles with underground wiring and shall not exceed 22 feet in height and adjusted so that no more than 0.5-foot candles measured at grade falls on any abutting residential use premise. These improvements shall be not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. Number 9 is that there shall be no exterior signage installed on premises until separate approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. This shall include mobile commander boards and balloons on tethers. Number 10, exterior amplified intercom systems, phone ringing systems, or music systems are prohibited. Number 11, the existing building on the premises, if any, shall be completely repaired and restored pursuant to all applicable zoning and building codes. These improvements shall not be installed until approvals and permits are received from all appropriate city agencies. Number 12, there shall be no storage of derelict or salvaged vehicles permitted on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. All vehicles shall be in operable condition. Number 13, there shall be no vehicular, mechanical, or body repair or spray painting permitted on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. 14, there shall be no open storage of auto mechanical or body parts, batteries, tires, motor oil, or other automotive fluids or refuse of any nature on subject premises or on public streets, alleys, or sidewalks adjacent to this location. Number 15, there shall be no salvage of parts from vehicles on subject premises. Number 16, the hours of operation will be limited to what you've testified to here today. Number 17, there shall be no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows and doors. Number 18, the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. Number 19, the petitioner shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers and shall be emptied on a daily basis or more if needed. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. Number 20, there shall be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given time. And number 21, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or its successor ordinances. Do you have any questions or concerns about any of those conditions?
No. Thank you, Evan.
Any other board members have any questions? Jim?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Markovic, for appearing before the board today. So the list that Evan just read, a number of items pop out at me, and they even had popped out at me even before this meeting because I drove by and looked at the property. Right now, the property is grass. Am I correct?
Yes, sir, that's correct. We cannot do anything till we have approval to invest the money or anything. And we have issue with that property with the city because it was divided. So we were waiting for like 6 to 8 months to some engineering company to put combined lot in the one lot. Then we buy the property from the whatever wholesaler. And I understand really, really, really well. That's all property has to be paved, concrete. He cannot be just a simple rock. He cannot be basically nothing to look like scrapyard. Imagination for my property gonna be one new building on or rebuild old building with everything brand new, with of course with lighting, with nice fence, not chain link fence, with lighting properly, with everything to look much nicer and much better. And pretty much I understand everything what gentlemen before say about all regulation, what has to be done, how many cars, properly measure parking spot for the handicap parking, properly have a entrance in, entrance out for the safety coming from the Broadway in and out. So I'm willing to do everything by the book, if I can say it that way.
Okay, thank you. That also, another thing that popped up on that list is there's no curb cut on Broadway currently. So what's the access like from the alley?
From the alley, it's a doable access. It's a doable access to go into the parking lot. If we remodel completely building, we should be able. But I was also think to ask, is the possible came to the Broadway? Is the possible to do entrance from the Broadway from the street floor or not, and stuff like that.
Evan, can you reread that point concerning curb cuts?
Yeah, let me find it here. Sorry. Vehicle access egress from the lot shall only be permitted utilizing established curb cuts and driveways on premises. No access egress of vehicles shall be permitted across sidewalks or curbs.
Okay.
Is that clear, Mr. Markovic?
Yes, that's the something to be honest with you, what we have to look in a little better is the possible get attentions. You understand me what I'm saying? I mean, from top of my head, I'm willing to do what it's necessary to do, but you know, I can see him now, right? How I gonna make him right? You understand me what I'm saying? And for me to promise you something to say yes, I'm gonna use back entrance and not gonna be able to use, I can't say that. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, I think it's pretty clear. Without an existing curb cut, you're not going to get a new curb cut. So
I understand
that
now.
point.
I understand clear now. I understand clear that now.
All right, Anthony, that's all the questions I have.
Mary.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Markovic, looking at the pictures, it appears that at the current time, it's a vacant lot. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We just purchased him like less 10 months ago, 11 months ago.
Okay. And so as far as you know, has there ever been a history of any type of auto-related business at this location before?
To be honest with you, I really don't know, but I know right next door to me, it's a pretty same business. Please
Okay.
look like that, you know.
Thank you. I looked through our system and I did not see any occupancy permits for any type of auto-related business at the site in the past, but I didn't know if maybe you knew. And then to answer the question in regard to the curb cut, so if you're planning to enter or exit off of Broadway and need a curb cut and there is an existing one, that is a separate process that you'll have to go through with the street department, okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other board members?
I have a question. Thank you for the opportunity to ask. I am wondering, had you had an opportunity to go and speak with the community leaders concerning your vision for this for this lot?
Basically, I did not speak with any community leaders. I was email alderman and let them know what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. I speak with other businesses around, and I put a couple support of letters who support me. That's the people I know them, and he cannot promise anything. He can just support me for my honesty, for knowing me 25 years from my job, what I'm doing now, and stuff like that. So everybody's supportive of that on the couple businesses in the same zip code or same neighborhood and stuff like that. And honestly, again, I think this one gonna be refreshness for the neighborhood. Where is it? I mean, it's just something what we would like to do and what we see and but what we would like to invest in the neighborhood.
Okay, and I see that you do have some support from a couple of the businesses. Had you pursued getting letters of support from community members, regular residents in the area?
No, I did not, because it's no residency around. I mean, we're talking about commercial area and building. If you look on my building right on my right side, she's owner Linda. She support me in the full. She sold me that land. Business on the left side, it's a car auto sales, some South Broadway auto car or whatever. You know what I mean? Across the street, it's a heavy-duty industrial area. It's another scrap processing plant on the left side from my business. So it's not like single house residence, so I can speak with somebody or something like that.
Right. There are a lot of residents in the area. That's why I was asking the question.
No, maybe it's residency deeper inside going towards 55, but I'm just talking about, what's his name, left or right side alongside Broadway. You understand me what I'm saying? So
Gotcha.
that's right. But I'm willing to go speak with them and, you know, with anyone and ask opinion and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Markovic.
Thank you for listening to me.
Mary, you've got your hand up again.
Oops. Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just one last question, Mr. Markovic. Do you own the property?
Yes.
Okay. And in the process of purchasing the property, did your realtor inform you that this was the F neighborhood commercial district and that auto-related uses are not allowed in the F district?
Again, right next to me, it's a used car dealership right next to me. So in the 2 miles radius, it's minimum 5 or 6 of them. So to be honest with you, we did not have anything in the mind. We're gonna have issue with that.
So is the answer to that question no?
Yes, it's no. Answer, it's no. Because we go by, how I gonna say, you know, right next to you, it's similar business. You understand me what I'm saying?
Right, but the business next door to you could be zoned differently or could have been zoned appropriately at the time it opened and could be operating as a legal non-conforming use. So we're talking about your business, and I'm just trying to figure out how you got in the situation of owning parcel of land that is not zoned for what you want to do.
Honestly, that's how I get in that. I guess I can blame on my inexperience. You know, that's all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Evan?
Sasha, are you aware that the alderwoman actually wrote a letter of opposition after engaging with the Carondelet Community Better Federation, the Patch Neighborhood Association, the Carondelet Neighborhood Association, and the Carondelet Business Association?
Yes,
Were you able to talk to any of those folks?
No, I did not. After Alderman sent me that letter, I did not.
Okay.
But again, if you think anything gonna be help me, I mean, I'm willing to try. You understand me what I'm saying? I'm willing to try and do anything possible so I can succeed in my dream. You know.
Okay, any other board members or staff? Thank you, Mr. Markovich.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Mr. Bishop,
Yes,
in favor or opposition?
in opposition.
Okay, let's get you sworn in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great, we may begin.
Okay.
Thank you.
Actually, Mr. Bishop, we need to get your full name
Oh.
and mailing address for the record.
Absolutely. Full name is Christian Bishop. A good mailing address for me is 4152 Juniata. As Evan acknowledged, we did send in a letter of opposition after engaging with the neighborhood associations and the neighborhood groups. We did also communicate to Mr. Markovich that we were open to additional conversations if he was open to other uses for the property, and he never responded to our office.
Okay. Any board members have any questions? Thank you, Mr. Bishop.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, city journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, letter from petitioner, letter of support from Zulik Merzel, Zlanto Zito Bakery, letter of support from Europa Markets Import Foods, and a letter of opposition from Alderwoman Ann Schweitzer. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you please read appeal number 20612?
Appeal number 20612, 2737 Graveway Avenue.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to add auto sales and painting to an existing auto repair business with bodywork, no detailing, at 2737 Gravois Avenue. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of A&M Auto Body LLC concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit authorizing the petitioner to operate automobile sales, repair with body and painting at 2737 Gravois Avenue in City Block number 1424.05 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is F, Neighborhood Commercial District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas. It's also to regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of such uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010. Uses are prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. And then also section 26.40.020S, use regulations and conditional use summary. Use regulations and conditional uses of the F Neighborhood Commercial District do not allow the appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the petitioner operates an existing auto repair business here that is a continuing legal nonconforming use. However, they're looking to expand that nonconformity. And auto sales and repair are not permitted in this district. Therefore, a use variance would be required prior to approval. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that the site falls within the Gravois-Jefferson Historic Neighborhood Plan. And then the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this a medium intensity corridor, which specifically envisions Gravois Avenue as a corridor that will transition away from auto-oriented uses and move toward a more transient pedestrian-friendly passageway through the city. Existing non-conforming auto-related uses may remain legally, but new or expanded auto-related uses should not be approved. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20612 is not in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board? And if there's no questions, Chairman, we did get a letter that I'll need to read into the record. So I'd like to do that now, if that's okay.
Sure. I have one quick question.
Sure.
His auto sales business, is that adjacent to this property?
Records indicate it's the same property. Are you?
It's just,
Oh, I see what you're
okay.
saying. Are you thinking 20? I'd have to double check. I don't know that for sure off the top of my
Okay.
head.
Okay.
You're talking the lot at 70 or 2743?
Right.
Okay. I'll look that up after I read the letter here.
Okay.
So because this wasn't an exhibit for the board members, this is a letter from Alderwoman Sanier of the 7th Ward, and it says, "To whom it may concern, my name is Alicia Sanier, and I'm the Alderwoman of the 7th Ward of the City of St. Louis. The purpose of this letter is to express my opposition to the proposed auto sales expansion by Mr. Ramutala Mohammadul, and I apologize again for the name pronunciation, and A&M Auto Body LLC, located at 2737 Gravois Avenue in the Fox Park neighborhood. Appeal number 20612 for 2737 Gravois Avenue is scheduled to be heard on December 17, 2025. My opposition is rooted in the community feedback that the Neighborhood Association has collected regarding to this proposed project. It is my understanding that the business owner has not followed up with the Neighborhood's Development Committee and General Membership Organization after an appearance at the meeting that they were not on the agenda for, and has not conducted any community engagement since this initial interaction. Because the proposers of this project have failed to conduct adequate community engagement and there have been little to no discussion with residents, I cannot support this project at this time and would ask for either a denial or a continuance to be granted that the property or the proper community engagement and discussion can take place. If you have any additional questions about my opposition to this proposal, please do not hesitate to contact my office. In solidarity, Alderwoman of the 7th Ward, Alicia Sanier.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Evan. Yes, Jim.
May I ask Evan one last question before we move on?
Yes.
Evan, could you please repeat what the existing continuing non-conforming business is now, and then repeat what they're asking for beyond that? Sorry to make you do it a second or third time.
Nope, that's totally fine. So the existing non-conforming business is auto repair. They have applied to add auto sales and auto painting.
Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Any other board members? Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Mr. Muhammad Dagu.
Hello.
Hi, let's get you sworn in.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
Okay, can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Sure. Rahmatullah Mohammed Gul, 2737 Gravois Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63118.
Okay, proceed with your testimony.
Hi, I'm here basically to appeal this. The reason is we got this shop in January of 2025, and we would like to. We started with because me there in the shop is three of us. It's me, my dad, and my uncle. We do body work. We've been doing body work all our lives. Repairs, and right now there's no customers. We don't have any customers that come in a lot. Like mostly the big insurance companies, they go to like bigger company like Caliber Collision or like big collision centers. And we are a small time, shop. Not a lot of people come in here. So what we decided to do is to buy cars from the auction that needs repairs, that we could do repairs on the vehicle and sell them back. But when you went to the auction yard, they're like, you need to have a dealer license in order to buy the vehicle. So that's why we applied to do a dealer license, and so we can basically work and to feed our, to get our income going, and to keep the family, basically have food on the table. Basically, it's just our source of income. We don't have, our shop is very secured and it's surrounded. There's nothing outside where it will make. There's not cars parked outside that that it makes the neighborhood look bad. Everything is inside the building. We have 3 bay garages, which we do our repairs in. All of our repairs in there, which is safe and secure, and it's soundproof, and it's completely covered, where we don't bother anybody outside, or they get offended by the sound of like or using the hammer or anything. Where it's completely surrounded, it is protected, and I'm here to appeal for everyone in here is to help us, I guess, to approve this, because we want to start this. We just want to, we don't have a lot where we show cars out there, and the only cars that we park outside is our cars that we park outside, and there we don't put like broken cars outside or anything like that. Everything that is done is inside the shop.
Okay. But before I take questions from board members, so is it your testimony that all of the autos that will be for sale will be stored inside of the building?
Yes, we have our. I don't know if you ever visited our shop or looked around, but it is gated, and you can also look at it in Google. It'll show you that everything is inside of the shop. It's not outside where there's like covering the streets of on the streets or outside. Everything is inside the shop, and it's
Okay.
all.
Thank you. If any board members have any questions?
Are you planning on installing a paint booth?
We already have it, sir.
Oh, okay.
We have it covered, it's already air vented, it's covered where you can't even if you're like right next to the shop, you're not gonna smell anything, you're not gonna feel anything, it's already air vented, it's covered. If you guys wanna come and take a look at it, you're welcome to look at it. It's the way before we even took the shot, everything was covered. We made sure that it doesn't affect the neighborhood, or it doesn't have any bad smell outside, or it does, you don't want anything, anything harming to the public at all. So everything is covered, it's air vented, everything is under control.
So the cars you will have for sale will be in a showroom inside the building?
Yes, we have it gated. We have that our building is gated. Every car that we have for sale is going to be inside. It's inside the shop. It's inside the yard that we have outside where we park our cars. It's not outside the vehicle. It's not being shown to anyone. Even if you come to the shop right now, all the cars are inside. None of the cars are outside. The only cars that we have is the cars that we drive ourselves on a daily basis. They're parked out in the front, where we have our own parking lot.
What would be your hours of operation?
Our hours of operation would be 9 to 6,
5 days, 6 days?
Monday to Saturday.
Okay. How many employees do you have?
We're 3 of us right now. It was my dad and my uncle, and I got a training at Missouri State Highway Patrol at Troop C. I've been there for 1 year. I got my license there to do to do inspections on vehicles. I got my training. I got my license for inspector license. I got my training there done for 1 year, and I do have my license, and it doesn't expire till 2027. And you have to renew it every year. So we're all, now there's 3 of us.
Okay. That's the questions from me.
Yes, Tim.
Again, thank you, sir, for appearing before the board here. I do want to get a little clarification what you mean by inside. So when I look at the aerial view, it looks like the lot, maybe 2/3 of it is taken up by a building, and the other 1/3 is an uncovered parking lot that I think you enter off of Magnolia. I believe when I drove by, there's a wall or a fence along Magnolia, but clearly there's only entrance from Magnolia. So when you say inside, do you mean inside the building itself or inside the lot?
Inside the building.
Inside the building, okay.
Yeah, where the gate is at, the yellow building.
Yes.
Our shop is a big yellow building, all the surrounding, everything is gated and covered. As you pass by, you've seen it, there was only one gate. That's the only way in and out of where we bring our cars, and we put it right outside.
Okay, so the open area, again, off of Magnolia, you're not intending to park your for sale cars
No.
that surface area.
Over there, we don't even park our cars there. There's somebody that lives upstairs. They park their cars. There's 2 people that lives over there, and they park their car, but they're not. It's not our car. Plus, there's another. I don't know what kind of community is it, but every day there's a lot of people that come into that. I don't know. I never looked inside. But it's a different type of shop in there. There's a lot of people that come in that park their cars, but it's not our cars.
Okay. And when you have a customer to come look at a car, where do you intend that customer will park their car?
We have some parking in the front. I don't know if there's an auto sale right next to us. Right there we have our 2 parking lots that's big enough to hold 6 cars at one time.
You said next door?
No, it's the front door. The front door when you enter the building.
Okay.
There's like a little hill up there. There's parking that's attached to the building. There's a parking lot for that. That's our parking. Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you for giving us those additional insights. Where did you, in your mind, did you attempt to engage with any neighborhood?
Yes,
Um,
I did. I attended one meeting, and at that time when I was, we weren't sure of applying for auto sale, and then, once we applied for it, they told us that we will have to do re-inspections again on the building, and we were waiting for the inspections to be completed. Once they completed all the inspection and passed, we got this letter from the, zoning, and they told us that you would need to file appeal, pay $200 and file appeal and go from there. Once we did that, we didn't get an exact date on when our hearings will be or our appeal will be. So that way, when I reached out to Jay, he's I think he's either vice president or I'm not sure 100%, but he is one of the board members over there for the community. I forgot his title, but he's a very nice guy. I went to the meeting. I saw an elderly woman, Aisha, there, Sarah, and other people. They were all nice. They were willing to help. But unfortunately, that end, the bad part was on my end because I did not reach out to them because I wasn't sure when my appeal would be. And once I found out and I reached out to Jay, and he said, well, it's too late. They were very nice about it. Even after that, they were like, we're welcome to hear. We would love to listen to your plan. But right now, we cannot issue any as a letter of recommendation or something. But after your appeal, you're happy to give us a call. We definitely love to sit down with you during one of the meetings. And after that, so either way, I told them that whatever happens here, I'll definitely talk to them, talk to the community, because that was my part. That was on my end, not on the neighborhood. They were all nice people. They were very cooperative. They were ready to listen to but unfortunately, because of this zoning thing, I got sidetracked, and I couldn't reach out to them on time.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other board members? Okay. Evan.
Yeah, I was just following up on that 2743 Gravelway directly adjacent to 2737 Gravelway. It's a completely separate occupancy permit for used auto sales. I don't have access to variances on my laptop, so I can't tell if it's operating as an existing continuing legal non-conforming use or if they received variance.
Okay, thank you. And thank you, Mr. Amama.
Yeah.
Is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Yes. Is this Katie or Mike?
It's Catherine Michelle. Katie on Magnolia Avenue in Fox Park.
Okay, so we need to get you
Sure.
sworn in first.
Are you able to turn on your camera? Thank you. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth?
I do.
Okay, now if you could state your name and mailing address for the
Sure.
record.
My name is Katie Mike Smystrela Lampy. And I am a resident of the Fox Park neighborhood. I live about 0.2 miles away from this business, and I was just sitting in to chime in opposition.
Okay, so we will need some type of mailing address that we can forward.
Sure. Can I put this in the chat, or would you prefer me to verbalize it?
I do believe we have to get it verbalized. Yes.
Okay. So my address is 2849 Magnolia Avenue in St. Louis, 631.
Thank you. Proceed with
Great.
your testimony.
Thank you. So, as a resident of the neighborhood for over 10 years, I just wanted to speak to my concern for the neighborhood's character. As the planning department has already mentioned, future plans for the neighborhood are call for a move away from this type of business. And as a resident, I do see the neighborhood already saturated with this type of business, and I just don't see the neighborhood need for this type of business in the future. So that's my first point. And then my second point arises from that saturation. I live next to another auto sales and auto body repair shop at the end of the block. So less than a block and a half away is yet another one of these businesses with a paint booth that I smell repeatedly. If you'll look to the CSB reports, you'll notice this particular community in this small area of St. Louis has already reported a number of air quality concerns because of the paint fumes. And while I appreciate everything that this business owner is planning to do to prevent any smell, I simply have a hard time believing that based on past experience of what we've seen in the neighborhood with other auto repair shops. So I would just point to that prior history and that past experience that neighborhood already has with these types of businesses, and really encourage the board to look to the future and consider environmental concerns and health concerns here. That's all. I do wish the business owner all success. I just don't believe it's a healthy choice for my neighborhood.
Any board members have any questions? Thank you. Is there anyone else here in opposition of this appeal, Alderwoman?
I didn't know if you all needed to swear me in or anything.
We do. I'm waiting for the.
Yeah, sorry about that. Do you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
Okay. State your name and mailing address for the record.
I am Alicia Sanye, and I have the honor of serving as the Alderwoman of the 7th Ward, which encompasses all of the Fox Park neighborhood, which this project is in. And my mailing address is 1200 Market Street, room 230.
Thank you. Proceed.
Thank you, members of the committee, and also to those who have spoke. Just as iterated in my letter, I was able to have kind of some email communication with the owners of the property when they were initially starting this process, and just directed them to go to the neighborhood meeting to initiate some conversations and offer to serve as a point of contact to help facilitate those conversations. They did make an attempt to go to a neighborhood meeting, but they kind of showed up without like letting me know they were coming or letting anyone on the neighborhood organization know that they're coming. So they didn't have a spot on the agenda and were only able to speak in the announcement section. The Fox Park Neighborhood Association has a development committee that's quite robust in its work and its efforts and does things. They might do site visits, they might ask specific questions about conditions or just ongoing things in ways that the project might impact the community, and then they make a recommendation to their general body. And we usually do those things in tandem and work together in those conversations. In this case, because it was an initial appearance without coming before the development committee or really a space to have the conversation, I am showing up today in opposition because there's not been any community conversation or community engagement. And so whether it's the resident, Ms. Katie, who just spoke before us, or I think the neighborhood president is also on this call, or others, there hasn't been any space to just really get a feel for how this might impact the community, how, some of the pieces and things they're wanting to add. And I have a lot more questions about that, and there hasn't been space to get that information. And so there hasn't been space to provide it to residents. And so I am in opposition, and again would ask for a denial or a continuance so that that conversation can take place.
Okay, any board members have any questions?
Oh, and then I would just also note too that the neighborhood organization did send in a letter of opposition as well. So I don't think the neighborhood president is going to speak, but they did send in a letter.
Thank you. Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Okay, Mr. Amama Dago.
Yes.
You had your hand raised.
Yeah, I have my hand raised. One of the person, Katie, she said that she saw smell paint from other shops. That I'd like to just tell her if she's ever like to stop by.
I'm sorry, you cannot respond
Oh,
to.
okay, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You can give testimony to us, but not respond. Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, a letter of opposition from Sarah Levine, President, Fox Park Neighborhood Association, and a letter of opposition. Well, it's the same letter of opposition from Sarah. Actually, that's Levin, as a resident.
And a letter
with
of opposition from the alderwoman.
From the alderwoman, who also
Mr. Chairman,
just gave Chairman.
Anthony,
Yes.
before you close it out, I'd like to ask the owner one question, if I could.
Sure.
Would you be interested in having a continuance to where you could go meet with the neighborhood?
It's to go visit the neighborhood association.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where you can actually just tell them what you're doing, because it sounds like there's just no communication and they don't know, and that's why they're opposing it.
No, I understand that. I did, elderly woman did say that I did not inform anyone, but I did inform Jay that I was coming to one of the meetings, and I did show up to that meeting. But unfortunately, after that, I did not get in contact with them because I was still waiting for the denial from the zoning so I can appeal it, and I have a court date. So I didn't have, at that time, I did not reach out to them. I totally agree with that. And I told Jay, I spoke with him yesterday, that whatever the decision may be, that I will definitely get in contact with them, and I will let them know whatever the decision here today is, to get in contact with them and sit down with them and, join their meeting and figure out a way to get their approval.
The reason I asked that question is if we didn't, what do we call it? Extension or
Continuance.
continuance, that's it, getting old, um, of 60 days, would you have time to meet with them and discuss it? And see
I'll
if you can get,
definitely, whatever happens here, definitely give Jay a call and ask him, because I still want their support. I still want to let them know about my plan and what I'm planning to do. We're not, the same shop as other shops. We're different. Uh, but I'll definitely will reach out to Jay after this meeting, and definitely we'll meet with them. And whenever they give me a time, I don't know if 60 days is enough, whether they will get that done in time or if they have enough time. I don't know about their schedule, but I will definitely reach out to them after this meeting for sure.
okay, thank you. Sorry, Anthony.
Okay. And with that question, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 20613?
Appeal number 20613, 2027 Salisbury Street.
This is the court reporter. I just have one question. Normally, once somebody is sworn in, they're sworn in until a proceeding ends. Do you want me to be swearing you in every single time?
We do.
Okay.
Because it's a new appeal, so it's like I'm testifying anew.
Well, that makes sense. All right, never mind.
Thank you.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to add a convenience store to their existing cafe. No cooking, no liquor, and no outside storage at 2027 Salisbury Street. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Be Well Cafe and Market concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue an occupancy permit, authorizing the petitioner to operate a convenience store at 2027 Salisbury Street in City Block number 1166.00 is as follows. The present zoning for this address is B, two-family dwelling district. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to conserve the values of property throughout the city of St. Louis and protect the character and stability of residential, business, and industrial areas. It's also to regulate and restrict the location and use of buildings, structures, and land for trade, industry, residence, and other uses, and to regulate and restrict the intensity of those uses. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.16.010, uses are prohibited. No structure or land shall be used for use other than those permitted in the district in which such premises are located, unless such use is permitted by other provisions of the zoning code. And also section 26.24.020S, use regulations and conditional use summary. Use regulations and conditional uses of the B two-family dwelling district do not allow the appellant's proposal as stated above. Evidence of lawful nonconformity has not been presented. In summary, the petitioner is applying for an occupancy permit to expand their business. They received a use variance, appeal number 11674, for a cafe at this location, and they will be adding a convenience store. It's located in the B district. And in the B district, both cafes and convenience stores are not permitted uses. Therefore, a new use variance would be required for this expansion. The City of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency states that there's no adopted neighborhood plan covering this location, but the 2025 Strategic Land Use Plan calls this a medium intensity corridor. The designation encourages active ground floors with many types of commercial activities and community serving businesses. The granting of the variance would be in keeping with the designation's intent of allowing community serving retail that supports a pedestrian oriented environment. Therefore, planning staff finds the request of appeal number 20613 is in keeping with the city's comprehensive plan. Are there any questions from the board?
Evan, I have a question. Do we know if the original variance had conditions on it?
It does. Yeah, let me pull them out. There were 9 conditions. Would you like me to read them?
Yes, please.
Condition number 1 is the hours of operation shall be limited to 6 a.m. to 7 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday. No person shall be on the premises after 7 p.m. Condition number 2 is the petitioner must obtain the proper permits from the City of St. Louis Building Division for any proposed signage at this location. Condition number 3, the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups, and maintain the entire premises in a clean and orderly appearance at all times. Number 4, the petitioner shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers and shall be emptied on a daily basis or more if needed. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. Number 5, the facility shall have no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing the windows and doors. Number 6, no liquor, alcohol, or non-intoxicating beer shall be on the premises at any time. Number 7, no cooking, selling, or seating on the exterior of the building. Number 8, petitioner must obtain and maintain a City of St. Louis business license prior to operation. And number 9, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to Ordinance 68535 or successor ordinances.
Thank you.
Jim,
I see that now. Sorry, I was muted. Can you tell us when the original variance was issued?
It was approved at the board on September 21st, 2022.
Thank you. That's all I have for Evan.
any other board members have any questions? Okay, let's hear from the appellant. Ms. Mohammed Harden.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Let's get you
Good
sworn in.
afternoon, everyone.
Can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I affirm.
Great.
Can you state your name and mailing address for the record?
Gloria Fatima Muhammad, 3725 North 20th Street, St. Louis, Missouri, 63107.
Proceed with your testimony.
I'm here today to, first of all, just provide a little clarity for you and hopefully for myself. As I understood, originally we proposed a cafe/market, but then it later was decided that that had to be divided. And so I think because the actual cafe portion of the building expanded itself based on the needs and suggestions from the community, fresh, accessible foods. And so that expanded from the cafe to the market. So in essence, we have listened to the community and followed their advice each step of the way as it relates to the establishment to really serve the needs of the community. Also, we've worked in tandem with the Neighborhood Planning Commission and the Hyde Park Neighborhood Association, which I am a member of. And one of the things that was included in the neighborhood plan that is waiting to be accepted from the community right now was the Be Well Cafe and Market concept. So we're very excited to be working again in tandem with the community, fulfilling all of those needs. And we just want to make sure that we're in step with what the community needs and following all of the guidelines that are necessary. So I am here to answer any questions that you guys may have, and hopefully we can move forward.
Any board members have any questions?
I do.
Yes, Jim.
All right, thank you very much for appearing for the board today. So I guess I'm just trying to figure out how we've gotten to today. Again, as you may have heard earlier, I try to drive by all the properties that are on my agenda, and I noticed the words grocery in the front window, and you can see that in some of the pictures that were taken of the property. So, are we here today because you realize you need to go back and get an expanded use variance after expanding your offerings that you were having in the cafe?
Well, for that, I really can't explain because what we have in the cafe is what we had planned to have all the time. The city has said that because I guess the level of merchandise that we have, it expanded over to a convenience store. So I really couldn't explain that. That is something that the city shared with me.
Okay, so in your mind, what you're offering now has it been an expansion of the cafe since 2022, or basically what you've been selling from day one?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. Also, parking. I noticed that Salisbury Street's a pretty narrow street, even though it's 2 lanes with parking lane. The parking is not marked. They're not striped at all. Where do your customers tend to park?
Well, the parking is street parking on both sides of 21st Street. Those are no residents as it relates to where 2027 is located. There is parking on both sides of the street there. And then on the other side of Salisbury, again, those are no residents and there's no business parking. They have a parking lot. So we have parking on that side of the street as well.
Yeah, I noticed.
We've also talked with our neighbors, and in the event that there would be an overflow, they have been very open and gracious to extend that to us, but that has not been an issue.
Okay, that's good to hear. As far as you know, there's never been any accidents or near misses of people opening their car doors with people driving by. Like I said, in my opinion, it's a pretty narrow street, but for your existing customers, there's never been an issue or a problem.
No, and our customers don't park on Salisbury, even though that is, open to parking. They don't. They park on 21st Street.
Yeah, which is just around the corner, about one building down, right, or one lot down. Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other board members?
I have a question. I was looking at the website, and on the website it already looks like a convenience store. Tell me about the cafe.
Well, the cafe consists of coffee, tea, and food accessible items as well. So from the very beginning, that was our long-term goal.
Okay, so you'll no longer have the cafe?
The cafe is still in existence. It is combined with the cafe was one item. The city is asking me to split that up.
Okay. And so okay, let me make sure I understand this. So you are adding the convenience store because the city was saying that it seems that it's more of a convenience store than a cafe?
Yes, in essence.
Okay. All right. And then I'm looking at the hours on the website. I guess you will change the hours, I guess, after it becomes more of a, convenience store.
Nope, that's incorrect. Our hours will remain the same Wednesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 2.
Okay, because I'm seeing, I don't know, maybe I just misheard, but I thought it was 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday.
We changed the hours after we opened the business. Those were the hours that we presented. We actually reduced the hours.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Yes, Evan.
I just wanted to clarify if a variance is granted today, what it would cover. So it would be considered an expansion of what they were already doing as a cafe. So both a cafe and convenience store would be covered under this variance, should it be granted.
Are there any restrictions for the convenience store that we need to put in record, Evan?
We do have standard conditions that I can read for discussion. And these are standard conditions the board sometimes attaches to convenience stores. I realize your operation is a little bit different, but based on the definition of convenience store, it was classified as such. But number 1 says the hours of operation shall be limited to X AM to X PM, certain number of days of week, essentially whatever you testify to here today. Number 2 is the petitioner shall provide a commercial dumpster and establish a trash removal contract through a private source for regular pickups and maintain the entire premise in a clean, orderly appearance at all times. Number 3, there shall be no selling of liquor, alcohol, or non-intoxicating beer on the premise at any given times. Number 4, there shall be no cooking on the interior or exterior of the premises at any given time. Number 5, there shall be no sale of items that can be used or intended for use as drug paraphernalia, as defined in Ordinance 68404 or its successor ordinances, including but not limited to food scales, glass tubes, disposable lighters with pop-off tops, steel scrubbing pads and screens, rolling papers, ephedrine or pseudoephedrine, diet supplements, sleep aids, bath salts, or substitutes for illegal drugs. In addition, there should be no sale of cigars or cigarillos commonly used or adapted for use involving a controlled substance, examples of which may include but are not limited to the following: Phillies, Dutch Masters, White Owl, Swisher Sweets, Splitterillos, Backwoods, Optimo, Garcia, Vega, and Game. Number 6, there shall be no loitering, for which the petitioner must post a no loitering sign and enforce it. Number 7, there should be no vending, ATM machines, or payphones on the exterior of the premises at any given time. Number 8, the petitioner must apply for and receive a permit from the City of St. Louis Building Division before posting signage, and the signage must be professionally prepared and approved by the Office of the Zoning Administrator before being installed. Number 9, there shall be no temporary signage on the premises or posted to the exterior or interior of windows and doors of the establishment at any given time. Number 10, the petitioner shall provide a refuse container on the exterior of the premises for use by the customers. If another container is needed due to the level of business, it shall also be provided. Number 11, all windows and doors must have no boards, mesh grates, materials, or coverings of any kind. Windows and doors may have proper blinds or curtains on the inside of the windows. Number 12, over-the-counter medications shall be sold in original packaging only and in accordance with the applicable laws. There shall be no sale of over-the-counter liquid medications in individual doses or servings. Number 13, there shall be no cord or rope type LED lighting surrounding or framing windows and doors. And number 14, the premises shall not be issued a public nuisance notice pursuant to ordinance number 68535 or its successor ordinances. Do you have any concerns, or would you like to discuss any of those conditions?
No, I would not.
Okay.
I understood them.
Okay, any other board members?
I have another question, Chairman.
Yes.
Are you still the Neighborhood Association president?
I absolutely am.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because you said you were a member of the board. I just wanted to make sure I knew that you were still the president. Thank you.
I am. And founder, thank you.
Right.
Any other board members? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal?
I do have letters of support from the alderperson, from the Hyde Park Neighborhood Association, and signatures from local residents in support of the appeal.
Yes, and we have those.
I have a question, Mr.
Yes, Mary.
Chairman. Evan, did you read conditions from the original occupancy permit, or were you just reading the standard conditions for a convenience store?
I've read both
Oh, you read both. Okay.
here today.
And
Yep.
can you tell me what that permit number was for the original permit?
The original appeal was 11674, and it was building permit AB 570130.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits, certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, City Journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from Planning and Urban Design, letter of support from Alderman Rasheen Aldridge, letter of support from Donna Lindsay, treasurer and board member, and Hyde Park resident, Hyde Park Neighborhood Association, and community support petition for Be Well Market submitted by petitioner. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. Drea, can you read appeal number 11989?
Appeal number 11989-701 Market Street.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
Again, good afternoon, board members. My name is Evan Winkler, Community Development Planner for the City of St. Louis, and I'll be representing the Building Commissioner. I'm here to present evidence of an appeal to install one wall sign illuminated per plans at 701 Market Street East Wall. I'd like to present as evidence for this case photos and aerials of the said property, plans for the project, and a certified copy of the City of St. Louis zoning ordinance. The basis for denial of Briar Meads SPV, Roman numeral XV 11 LLC, care of Sue Winter with Warren Sign concerning the building commissioner's refusal to issue a building permit, authorizing the petitioner to install one wall sign illuminated per plans at 701 Market Street East Wall, located in city block number 184.00. The present zoning for this address is Zone I, Central Business District. The intent of the applicable zoning provisions are to fix reasonable standards to which buildings and structures shall conform. The applicable zoning code provisions are section 26.68.010, scope of chapter. These regulations shall govern and control the erection, remodeling, enlarging, moving, operation, and maintenance of all signs by conforming uses within the zoning districts. Nothing herein contained shall be deemed a waiver of the provisions of any other ordinance or regulation applicable to signs. Signs located in areas governed by several ordinances and/or applicable regulations shall comply with all such ordinances and regulations. Also, section 26.68.02021 definitions. The area of a projection sign is included in the gross area of allowable signs of the applicable zoning district, except ground signs. Only one sign or projection sign shall be counted in computing the total square feet of signs. That's kind of like a brief thing at the beginning that this is not a projection sign, just to be clear. Sorry, that is confusing. But 21 is sign frontage. Sign frontage means the length along ground floor building front, facing a street or private way accessible from a street, which is occupied by a separate and distinct use or by the same use which occupies the front of said building. Also, section 26.68.120D, signs in zone district I and L. The permitted maximum sign area. The total area in square feet of all on-premise signs on a sign frontage, except for freestanding signs, shall not exceed the average distance of a sign from the center line of an abutting street, which determines the sign frontage multiplier. And then an asterisk accepting that a use with less than 25 feet of sign frontage may have a maximum of 50 square feet of on-premise space. Evidence of lawful nonconformity is not presented. So in summary, the applicant is applying to install an illuminated wall sign. It'll be on the east side of the building at the very top of a multi-tenant commercial building. The sign will advertise HOK Architects, which occupy space on the 4th and 5th floors of the Peabody building. Per the sign regulations of the I Central Business District, wall signs in multi-tenant buildings must be installed on the sign frontage. And again, per the definition, that's the length along the ground floor building front facing a street or private way accessible from the street. So because HOK doesn't occupy any sign frontage, it doesn't allow for any allowable sign area. Therefore, an area variance is required for this sign, which is 144 square feet. The City of St. Louis Plan and Urban Design Agency states that in general, adopted elements of the comprehensive plan do not specifically address signage. And so they have the option to elect not to make findings on signage variances unless there are certain special circumstances or site conditions that warrant attention. And those may include the location, the size, the orientation, content, an adopted plan that specifically addresses signage. However, in review of appeal number 11989, planning and design staff have determined the special circumstances that would warrant further scrutiny have not been met, and therefore no finding of conformity with the adopted plan is available. Are there any questions from the board members?
We know exactly where the sign's going to be and what it's going to look like.
Yeah, you should have received plans, but it's at the
I
very
did.
top of the building.
Joe, there was two attachments for this particular case.
Okay, I see it now.
Okay. While you're looking at that, Evan, just to clear, maybe put into into layman's terms, because they're not ground floor tenants in this particular case, they're being denied a sign at the top of the building. Is that a reasonable synopsis?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, so the code was written in a way that multi-tenant buildings essentially would have one overarching sign, and then, internal to the building, somebody would find where to go, if there's multiple tenants. Obviously, we live in a very different world than the 1950s. And so this sign frontage idea prevents people that don't actually occupy space on the ground floor from having any allowable sign area. And so because of that, they need an area variance.
Okay, it is what it is. I just wanted to make, as I said, state it in my own terms to make sure I'm getting it right. Okay, thank you.
Any other board members have any questions? All right, let's hear from the appellant. That must be Mr. Crone.
Yes.
Okay, let's get you sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
Good afternoon. My name is John Crone. I'm with Warren Sign. We're located at 2955 Arnold Tenbrook Road, Arnold, Missouri, 63010. As stated, HOK is moved into the address at 701 Market. They had been at 10 South Broadway, but in a desire to stay within the city for this architecture, design, and engineering firm, they relocated and are requesting this sign on the east elevation. The overall length of the elevation that the sign is going on is 114 feet long by 205 feet tall. The sign itself is 12 by 12. It will be in night version of that sign as well. The sign will face Keener Plaza. It is comparable in size, construction, and visibility to the Sandberg Phoenix sign that is on the south elevation of that building. There are other signs on the building for Peabody, but I believe those will be being removed in the near future. I think Greensfelder that have similar situations where they don't have ground floor tenants. So this is in line with those firms. In addition, we will provide engineers drawings and attachment detail upon approval of this that will be sealed and from a licensed engineer. I think it's outstanding that HOK is staying in their downtown of their hometown city, and I will take any questions. And I do know that there is a gentleman on the phone from HOK, Brad Liebman, that may also chime in here. And I believe you have a letter of support, or there is a letter of support from Alderwoman Jamie Cox Antwi regarding this appeal and her support.
Okay, any board members have any questions? Jim?
Yes, could you just briefly describe, it's hard to tell from the pictures. I wish I had had a chance to drive by again today. But what other signage is up there right now? And which sides of the building? There's Peabody, at least on one side of the building, right?
On the south elevation, Sandberg Phoenix.
Sandberg Phoenix is there, and they're only on the south elevation?
Correct.
I see it. Okay, well, I see a shake of the head on another participant, but I'll ask that question again. But you're saying it's right now it's Peabody in a couple of places, and Sandberg Phoenix on the south side.
Correct.
Okay. And Peabody currently is the owner of the building.
I do not know if they are technically the owner of the building.
All right. Thank you, Anthony.
Any other board members? Okay, is there anyone here to testify in favor of this appeal? Mr. Liebman, let's get you sworn in.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Great.
My name is Brad Liebman. Address is 701 Market Street, Suite 400, St. Louis, Missouri 63101. Real quick, Jim, Peabody signage is on 3 sides, east, west, and south. And I apologize for shaking my head the wrong way. I thought you were talking about Peabody. Sandberg Phoenix is in fact only on the south side. So that's correct. Peabody is not the owner of the building. They are a tenant. Their signage has been on it for years, and they are moving out next summer. So I think that's what John was referring to when he said the signage will most likely come down. I just wanted to say, HOK was founded here in St. Louis 70 years ago. We have always been dedicated to downtown. As far as I know, we've always been in downtown St. Louis. When I started here 12 years ago, we were in Met Square, and then we moved to 10 South Broadway. And as John said, we knew when our lease was up and we were going to move that there was no way we were leaving downtown. We are dedicated and committed to continuing to grow downtown. And as part of that, we feel like we're part of the fabric. A lot of our buildings and things that you see when you drive downtown and around this entire region are HOK designed, including our new soccer stadium and soon to be new airport. So we're very excited to be able to say that we are committed to this city and specifically to downtown. And so just wanted to mention that. Obviously, as somebody at HOK, we are very much in support of this.
Any board members have any questions? No? Thanks, Mr. Liebman. Is there anyone else here to testify in favor of this appeal? Okay. Is there anyone here to testify in opposition to this appeal? Hearing none, I will read into the record exhibits. Certified copy of the zoning ordinance, appeal to the board, basis of denial, meeting notice letter, city journal public notices, photographs, Sanborn maps, memo from planning and urban design, and a letter of support from Alderwoman Jamie Cox Antwi. And with that, I will consider this appeal having been heard. And with that, that ends our testimonial portion of our hearing. We will now go into deliberations. And Devin, we thank you for your service.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry I'm purple today. Have a good day, guys.
Thanks. Shall we continue, board members, or take a 5-minute recess?
Keep it going.
Keep going.
Okay. Appeal number 20611. That would be 6621 South Broadway.
I'll make a motion to uphold.
I'll second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Jim. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Appeal number 20612, 2737 Gravelway.
Like to make a motion to continue it for 60 days so the applicant can talk to the neighborhood, actually meet with them, schedule it with the design commission or whatever they have over there, and have them report to the group. I don't know if 60 days is long enough with the holidays coming up, or whether I should say 90 days.
Dre says 90.
We've got-
Up to 90 days, we'll say.
Okay.
Thank
My
you.
motion is for 90 days continuance
All right.
for the applicant to talk to the neighborhood association, who will report to the alderperson in their body. And we'll get a formal, informed response from them, hopefully.
So we have a motion on the floor to continue.
I'll second it.
Seconded. Motion made by Joe, seconded by George. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Appeal number 20613, 3725, is it North 20th Street? No,
Is there any reason?
2027 Salisbury.
Oh, sounds great.
2027.
Sorry
Is
about
there
that.
any reason that we're requiring them to separate the cafe from the market?
So, I was looking up the permit history while we were listening to this. So here's what I think happened, or at least what it appears happened. They came in, they applied for the cafe that has, I think it was 9 conditions on it. They must have just started doing the convenience store part of it kind of on their own because they are, everything about the cafe is permitted and issued. And someone must have like reported them, and that must be what, she said she talked to the city. So I feel like a building inspector must have gone back to her and said, hey, you're expanding above and beyond a cafe. You need to add the convenience store part to it.
Didn't somebody say though that the original permit was for a restaurant and a market?
The original permit I saw said cafe.
Okay,
Correct.
I thought
Said nothing about a restaurant or a market, which under the zoning code, a restaurant's a little bit different than a cafe.
There's
True.
also testimony that said it was phase 1 of alterations. So I'm guessing, they came in when they said, like Mary said, I think they started and then it kind of just evolved a little bit.
Yeah. They probably started, their business probably grew, and then it grew so much that somebody noticed it was above and beyond. So now they're back here to try to expand.
She did state that she's basically been selling the convenience store items all along. Because I asked her that, did you eventually get into that? Or she said, no, it's basically been what we do all along. I do want to point out there appears to be a couple of things. Well, maybe just one thing. I don't see any refuse container out front. Evan, is that one of the requirements of the existing variance?
I noticed that too.
That is one of the conditions, yeah.
Okay, and we're confident, even though she's operating a cafe, there's no cooking going on. I didn't specifically ask her, but I guess I bring those up just so that we can highlight if we end up approving her request.
The application specifically says no cooking and no liquor or no outside seating. So
is popping something in their microwave considered cooking? Say if they have baked items or something like that in the existing cafe, that's not cooking?
No, cooking is usually like a commercial kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
If the board has concerns about the existing conditions not being met, you are always free to table this in order to allow them to come into compliance with their existing conditions and then take it up after that.
That would require them to come back to this board in the future.
What we would do is, if the board would decide to do that, we would table it for a certain amount of time, give them an opportunity to come into compliance. We'd do a little investigation with pictures, then we'd put it back on the agenda, and you would just sort of pick up from where you left off.
Evan, you were going to say something?
Oh, just not about what Mary was describing. So I was wanting that if you have discussion about that, feel free to stop or continue that. I have another thought though.
What's your thought?
Okay. Sorry.
Ready for your thoughts, Evan.
No, I was just going to say, because this is a variance and it stays with the land for convenience stores, I hope Be Well is in operation for many, many, many years. But the variance would stay with the land after Be Well potentially exists. So, and that is for a convenience store. So I would strongly encourage the board to consider all of the convenience store conditions.
Okay, and so with that, and with the answer you guys gave me about the garbage can, are we aware if the signage on the windows would have required signage permits and whether those were received? Were gotten?
Yeah, all signage needs a permit. So I don't know.
I'll look it up and
Thanks,
see.
Mary.
Yeah.
So the reason I bring it up, if that might be another condition that we think they might be out of compliance, that we could decide to push back for another 60 or 90 days. And I will say, I think this place, I'm all for them surviving and staying in place. I just want to make sure all I's and dotted and T's crossed.
There's a permit from 2019 to paint a mural on a plaster. But I do not see a sign permit. And the sign you're talking about, Jim, is not a mural, correct?
No, it's the window signs. So
window signs.
I would like to move that we ask for a continuance, requesting that the owner assure us that all conditions are being currently met. I just hate to have another inspector go in there after we approve a new variance, and then the inspector then goes in and starts not nitpicking, but pointing out some things. So I move that we ask for a 60 or 90-day continuance.
And the purpose of the continuance is to come into compliance with their existing conditions?
Yes.
Thank you.
If there are any non-compliance, we'd like them to get into compliance.
I just noticed that the only signage for this business is the window signs. There's no sign on the building.
So I do want to
It's
say
definitely not a mural.
the signage piece, we don't approve signage unless they have occupancy. So are you suggesting they need to take down the sign before?
No.
Okay.
It's not that obtrusive that I have a problem with it. It's just that that's the only sign that identifies the restaurant.
I think most people don't realize when they put a window sign up that it requires a permit. I think most people feel like they can put something in their window, but actually under the definition of the zoning code, if you can stand outside and look into the window and view it, it's a sign. So
would 60 days, even though I'm still working on the motion by asking these questions, would 60 days be adequate time for her to get the proper permits for the signage if they need to be gotten?
60 days would probably be appropriate for her. We, because of the holiday schedule, may not actually be able to get it back on an agenda until 90 days, which I think is what Dre was alluding to in the last appeal. We're just a little backed up because there weren't 2 meetings in November for the holidays. There aren't 2 meetings in December and then the beginning of January. And then we have Martin Luther King. So we're just a little backed up because of that.
I'm certainly okay with 90 days.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted, and maybe I'm confused, so correct me if I'm wrong, Mary, but our signage code, so I don't know, I have not seen what's up on this building, but if it says cafe and market, we can only approve signage if it's a conforming use. And right now, it's not a conforming use because they don't have the variance. So we may be creating a chicken and the egg situation.
No, I think they could go ahead and apply for the sign permit.
Okay.
So maybe Jim could amend his motion that they apply.
Okay.
Of course, we would have to put it on hold until their occupancy permit was approved. But at least we know that we have the sign permit in the pipe going through the process.
So Jim, can
Okay,
you amend your motion?
I absolutely will amend it, but I probably need some help with the words.
That's fine.
I think
Uh,
it, I think if you just say that they apply for a sign permit as opposed to saying that they actually get a sign permit, because they can apply for a sign permit, but it will stay on hold until the occupancy is approved. So at least if we know they've applied for a sign permit, that is a sign of their good faith effort that they're trying to come into compliance.
Okay, so I move that we continue this for 90 days to give the appellant the chance to remediate any of the current conditions, including potentially applying for appropriate sign permits.
Just a reminder, the board can suggest that folks do, that applicants do things when you continue, but it's a suggestion. We can't require petitioners to bring in anything else. But so you're moving to continue it and you're letting them know this is what you'd like to see.
Okay. So I've stated the motion at least, I think, once. The last version was what I have on the table, Anthony.
Got it, Jim. There's a motion on the floor. Needs to be seconded if we are to proceed.
I'll second it.
Motion made by Jim, seconded by George. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 I guess. Yeah. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Appeal number 11989. 701 Market Street.
My feeling is if Peabody's leaving and the 3 signs they got up at the top are gone, little 12 by 12 sign's not going to even be noticed. So I'd like to make a motion to approve.
But if somebody seconds, I have a chance to ask some more questions, right, Anthony?
Sure.
Okay.
No, you can ask more questions now.
I
Or
can
you
even
can
do
do
it
it
before
now.
Okay. Mary and or Evan, do you have any sense of when the non-Peabody sign was approved? And I can't remember the name of it. The Sandberg Phoenix sign.
Let me look it up and see.
And I assume that they're just another tenant in the building.
Probably about the time that we won the last World Series that we won. We had a lot of people putting signs up there.
Actually, there were a lot of them that went up right before the All-Star game was played here.
That was it. That was the special occasion.
Karina did a big sign. Yeah. Sorry, I'm forgetting what I'm doing here. I'm old.
Sorry.
Okay.
Before the All-Star game.
I guess where I'm going with this is setting a precedent, and I presume our previous board, if this came before the previous board for Sandberg, would have considered that there could be a rush of people wanting to put signs up all over their buildings downtown, which the current zoning doesn't allow.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but actually in the I district, you can put a sign up really high on the building if you're the ground floor tenant. The issue here is that they are not the ground floor tenant. We will take care of that in the new zoning code.
Okay.
All right, I'm still looking for sign permits, sorry. Oh, yes, okay.
Something that was revealed in the diagnostics of the new zoning code is that signage is our most abundant variance.
So it looks like the Sandberg Phoenix sign was approved in September of 24.
Wow.
Recently, okay.
And then let's see.
And while Mary's looking at that, Evan, is there additional just total square footage restrictions within the code that this one isn't tripping?
There is total square footage. It's based on the conversion chart.
Okay, so if there is a rush of requests for this particular building, they're eventually going to get just caught up in the total square footage allowed, right?
Well, kind of and kind of not. It depends, right? I mean, so somebody occupied floors 1 through 3. They would have the normal allowable square footage, which is pretty significant. I don't know what the frontage is along here. Well, let's see, 114 feet times, I believe it's 3.
So it looks like there was a sign, 2 wall signs, and a projecting sign approved in 2021 for Ucraft, which I think is a little restaurant, but that's on the ground floor. Okay.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of permits at this building because there's so many tenants. That's why it's taken me so long to go through.
Well, Mary, I think you've answered my question. Thank you. Joe, could you repeat your motion, please? Was it you who made the motion, Joe?
Yeah, I made a motion to approve.
Anthony, I'll second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Jim. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Findings, Joe?
Will not be a detriment as a condition. No condition. Won't be any detriment.
Will not be a detriment. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
What about minutes?
Meeting minutes.
So, Mr. Chairman, we will need 2 separate motions, and we
Yes.
have minutes from the November 19th meeting.
19th and December 10th.
Yes.
I have read briefly through both of those and did not see any issues. So I will make a motion to approve the meeting minutes from November 19th, 2025.
I will second that.
Motion made by me, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. And I would also like to move that we approve the meeting minutes from December 10th, 2025.
I'll second it.
Motion made by me, seconded by Joe. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Meeting minutes are approved. New business.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So just for the board's information, this is our last meeting of 2025. So the next time we see you all for the Board of Adjustment meeting will be at the Wednesday, January 7th. So we have no meeting for the next 2 weeks. We do hope to see all of you next Monday at our little luncheon. And a couple of things that we will be doing at the luncheon is for the permanent members, we'll have the approved minutes there. I'm sorry, not minutes, the approved rules and regulations for you to sign. So if any of the permanent members are not able to attend, if you could let us know so we can arrange to bring those rules and regulations to you and have you sign them. When the board comes back into session in January, Archer and I will be working to get, they have to be so I think you all know there was an ordinance passed about how all the city boards have to have rules and regulations, and the rules and regulations have to be posted on the website. So the good news is we were ahead of the game. We always had rules and regulations. They just weren't posted on our website. And then we just had never updated the rules. So now the rules are updated. We'll need to have all the permanent members sign them before we can put that package together to go to the Board of Aldermen. Also at the meeting, we have a card for everybody to sign to send to Mr. Decimon. So.
And do we have a venue for the lunch?
Oh, we're going to do it here at our office. So if you drive to City Hall, please park in the Clark Street parking lot and we'll validate your ticket. And I'll make sure the validations are not expired this time, Jim. So I validated his ticket and then the validation was expired, so they wouldn't take it.
You had good intentions, that's all you had.
Had that happen once.
Sorry about that.
Don't ever lose your tickets. It's $20.
25
that happen
now.
once.
It's 25 now. It happened to, if you all remember Rob that worked with us for a short time, he parked in the parking lot and lost his ticket. And even a city employee, they said no, he had to pay $25 to get out.
Yep. I think when I did it was 20. Because I remember going, wow.
Well, we hope to see everybody next Monday. I think I can speak for my pardon. Oh, from noon to 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Great.
Any alcohol?
Mr. Klitzing, it's City Hall.
What I have had
It flows there before.
I've had
It is not
alcohol
the
in-
Vince Schamo air. So okay.
I've been
had
around since
alcohol in City Hall before. Come on.
I was trying to get a list on the menu.
Can I get a motion to adjourn if there's nothing else?
Definitely. I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion made by Joe, seconded by Jim. All of those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We stand adjourned. Mary.
All right.
Well,
Thank
no,
you
I'll
so
see you all again.
Yeah. Thank you so
Christmas.
much, everyone. Have a Merry Christmas if we don't see you on Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Have a good time.